Ijincho, Yokohama. A harbor town where rotting secrets rarely stay uncovered. The deceased was a student teacher who had vanished from a high school Yagami was investigating. Yet the linchpin to this case, a police officer named Ohara, was arrested for a different crime, a train groping that shocked the nation. Upon hearing the verdict, Ohara gave the court an ominous revelation, that the son he had lost was avenged.
Before I go all in, can we go over the defendant's profile? That way I'll have something to work with.
Sure. Akihiro Ohara, age 53. Senior officer with Tokyo PD, convicted of sexual battery. He'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone in Tokyo. That is, until his arrest.
Lived alone? Unmarried then?
His wife moved to Yokohama without him 7 years ago, when their son Toshiro started at Seiryo High. Toshiro-kun ended up taking his life in his 3rd year. That's 4 years ago, if you're counting.
And the couple never reconciled, huh?
Apparently his wife wanted nothing to do with him from that point on. As for the charge, Ehara's maintained his innocence. We've had no luck getting him to budge. Mind you, the prosecution has plenty against him. Security camera surveillance, eyewitness footage, even trace evidence gathered on scene.
The same footage the media was plastering on TV?
Yes, although some of it was edited for privacy or length, but it painted a clear enough picture.
Hard to dispute something you can see right in front of you.
True.
And what about when they handed down the verdict? Ehara flew off the handle or something?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Ehara seemed convinced that Mikoshiba had bullied his son, and to get his justice, he even took Seiryo High to court. However, the court ruled against him, claiming there was no substantial evidence of bullying.
I've got someone involved in the case right in front of me.
Who?
The chairman of Seiryo High himself.
Are you talking about me?
I don't know how you pull these things off, Yagami-san, but let me give you a word of caution.
I'm listening.
Mikoshiba's murder hasn't been made public yet, so please don't go around talking about it, especially at his school. The Kanagawa police will investigate the school soon enough, and if they find out everyone already knows...
They'd show us the door, lock it behind them, and probably charge us with obstruction.
Exactly. Oh, and before I send you Mikoshiba's photo, there's one last thing you should know.
What's that?
Ehara's ruling was the day before yesterday. That means we only have 13 more days to potentially file an appeal. If we don't make our move, Ehara will walk out of court with a sex offense charge and a minor slap on the wrist. And once his case is closed, it would take a miracle to get it reopened, even if there had been a critical oversight.
Right. Remember how you told me about a student teacher went missing?
Oh,
This is him, right? Hiro Mikoshiba.
how do you have that photo? Yes, that's him.
I'd like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation. Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years back? Something about how he drove a student to suicide?
You mean what was dredged up online? Yes, I'm aware of it. However, in the subsequent lawsuit, that rumor was put to rest. The court found no evidence of bullying.
But you had your doubts, didn't you? So you called on us to take a deeper look.
Well, yes.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I only want to learn about Mikoshiba-kun.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-sensei. She was his teaching mentor.
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
I heard from Chairman Okuda you were mentoring him as a teacher. I believe this was 2 months ago? Why don't we talk about him as a student? You were already a teacher here by then, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Back when a student here committed suicide, there were rumors online about how it could have been caused by bullying. And Mikoshiba-kun's name came up as one of the potential bullies.
Yes, but those were just rumors.
So he wasn't involved in any teasing?
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So as far as I knew, Mikoshiba-kun was a good student with solid grades back then. And during his time in training, I was under the impression he got along with the students just fine.
He's not the type to bully then?
I would say no.
Then why would those rumors exist in the first place?
You're asking the wrong person. 4 years ago, the court determined this school was not responsible for a bullying-related suicide.
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit? The father of the student who died and an officer in Tokyo? He was arrested the other day. Well, I'm sure you've seen the news.
Yes, but what of it? What exactly is the point you're trying to make here?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks his son killed himself because of Mikoshiba-kun. One last question. You and the chairman both mentioned how Mikoshiba-kun got along with the students here. Anyone in particular that he was close to?
The kids in the basketball club? Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a student. Apparently he was showing up to their practices.
The basketball club. That includes the gang from before, right?
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time with him.
You're Koda-san from Class 2 too, right? Basketball too?
Yeah?
You have a second? I have some questions about a student teacher who taught classes here named Mikoshiba.
Ow! Really? Hey! Why are you still here, asshole? Who the hell are you anyway?
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
Gonna kick your ass!
You've got a lot of guts for your age, kid. But come on. You really need a better outlet for all that aggression.
Let me go!
Just what on earth is going on in here? If I hear anything else about you, anything, I'm going straight to the press. I'm under no obligation to cover for anyone.
I'm afraid Sawa-sensei has made her point clear. Perhaps it's best you take your leave.
Wait. Okay, how about this? You can hire me on as a teacher. That way, I can stay on campus no problem, right?
But you can't teach without a license. Although, there is always the off chance that you can serve as an outside consultant. A guidance counselor, perhaps.
Oh, yeah. Like a club advisor.
Aha! Stop right there!
Can I help you?
Actually, you already have. I didn't think you'd be foolish enough to show your face around here again.
I'm sorry, but do I... Oh.
They always say perpetrators return to the scene of the crime. And you just proved the old adage true, Monsieur Voyeur.
Monsieur Voyeur? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about your pervy little upskirt scheme. Seriously, hiding a camera under the stairs? And at your age? Shame on you, sir!
Yeah, you lost me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm kind of in the middle of something.
Oh no, you don't!
You're Kyoko Amasawa-san, right? President of the Mystery Research Club?
So what if I am?
I saw your flyer. Sounds like your club's in a tough spot.
You're not wrong. Our current advisor got married and quit teaching, and we can't find anyone else to take her spot. On top of that, the chairman's been reluctant to bring in anyone from outside, so the MRC may be in dire straits. But your arrival marks our revival. Should I turn you in as a voyeur, it would make a fine feather in my cap. It would also prove the value of the MRC, so the chairman would have no choice but to solicit an advisor for us.
Well, that all sounds fine on paper, but the real-life logistics may not play out that way. You'll need a competent professional in your area of interest. But you think they have time for volunteer work?
When you put it that way, it does seem like a long shot.
Right? So here's my proposition. How about you make me your advisor?
You? Advise the MRC?
Why not? A Kamurocho-based detective not good enough?
You're a detective?
Oh yeah. I'm Takayuki Yagami from the Yagami Detective Agency. I was asked to come investigate your school. That's about all I can let slip.
So then, the hidden camera was for your investigation?
As I was trying to say, becoming your advisor could work out well for both of us. I'm not done here by a long shot. One of your teachers is bent on seeing me gone.
Really? Who?
Sawa-sensei. She thinks I have no business being here, and frankly, it's been hard to prove her wrong. But if I were to advise your club, it'd be all the reason I need to stay on campus. So what do you think? It's a win-win situation, wouldn't you say?
But I will not be persuaded so easily. So, I propose a test.
Uh-oh.
A test?
Right this way, please.
I'm like asleep. I can't do no tests right now.
Hey!
I feel like I'm back at school. Only a few hours sleep because I stayed up too late playing video games. And now I gotta take a test, like asleep, playing a video game. The irony.
So, getting back to this test of yours.
Yes. So, based on what you've told me, I'm inclined to drop your charges altogether. A detective setting up cameras is believable. That being said, I'd also be a fool to take you at your word. If this is a ruse, I'd be unleashing a pervert on the school.
Well, the caution is admirable.
Then you shouldn't mind if I test both your skills as a detective and your character as a person. And once that's over, the club will reach a decision. We'll either accept you as our mentor, or turn you in as a deviant.
I get the picture. So what does this test entail?
You're going to infiltrate the dance club as an advisor and return with a lead on the sugar baking. That is your test.
Wait, you want me to teach a dance club?
If it's required, then yes.
What's missing from this current dance club? Work on your timing, spice it up, make a bigger... do something unexpected. Spice it up, I guess?
Your routine a little tame?
How about some
Maybe you could
music?
Spice it up a bit.
That'd be a start.
Spice it up how, exactly? You mean like we need skimpy outfits? Or like we dance all provocatively?
Well, now that you mention it.
What part of this is a high school don't you get, Yagami-san?
That's not what I meant.
Yeah, sometimes I just say things.
Wow, yeah. But how about... I didn't mean spice it up like that. I meant like add in some flair. God, I wasn't thinking like that. How about do something unexpected?
So, the music's not a bad choice.
What music? I don't hear no
But it'll
damn
take
music.
more than your average.
Make a bigger impact. I didn't pick that one at first because I thought it was too vague.
I think your performance could use a little more flair.
Well, that's what I was going for the first
Flair?
time when I meant spice it
How
up.
so?
Why not incorporate kung fu?
At any rate, Yagami-san, I'll go ahead and let the chairman know of our arrangement. That is to say, I'll formally request you as our advisor.
Well, that'd be great. But do you really think you'll hire me just like that?
Sure, so long as you're officially considered an outside guidance counselor, I don't see why not.
Who are you?
My name's Yagami. I've been the MRC's advisor for all of a couple minutes, and I need to ask the basketball club a few questions.
Okay.
There was a student teacher who used to hang around here as recent as, what, October? Miko Shiba's the name.
Oh yeah, Mikashiba-san.
Anyway, he stopped showing up out of nowhere. Any of you have any theories?
Wait, where's Koda and them?
Oh, from class 2-2? I don't know. I haven't seen Matsu, Nakane, anyone.
Something special about Class 2-2?
Well, yeah. Koda's in 2-2, and she was Miko Shiba-sensei's star pupil.
Star pupil? I do know who you're talking about, by the way. Are you saying she was favored over the others?
In a way, Miko Shiba-sensei worked her harder because she hadn't played basketball till high school.
Mikashiba-sensei might have just thought it was tough love, but I think he went overboard with the teasing sometimes. Like, he'd make her shoot and then go, "See, that was how not to do it."
Are you saying he would mock her?
Anyway, when Miko Shiba-sensei stopped coming, the guys in 2-2 were all like,
Okay, what did Koda do to him?
Are you implying they had a relationship? You guys still haven't learned to play fair?
This fucking guy.
Attention students! Be on the lookout for a creeper showing up in your classrooms!
If I were you, I'd watch my mouth around a club advisor.
Say what?
I'm Yagami, from the Yagami Detective Agency, and your chairman just hired me to advise the Mystery Research Club.
Bullshit.
I guess word hasn't gotten around? Maybe I'll let a few wisecracks slide for now then. But mark my words, I'll be here every day of the week, so be on your best behavior. Koda-san, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but as I said, I'm a detective, and I need to talk about Hiro Mikoshiba. He started training as a teacher here pretty recently, right? And one day he just stopped showing up? At the time, did you notice anything strange about him? Maybe he seemed troubled, or you saw him hanging around strangers?
Why are you asking me?
The basketball club members think you and Mikoshiba might have been close, at least at practice.
They said that?
Well, I suppose there wasn't much truth to what I'd heard then. Don't sweat it.
Wait a sec. Earlier today it was your voice that I heard, wasn't it?
Who could say?
I knew it. It was you. Thank you so much for that.
Truth is, there's a lot of injustice in the world that goes unseen. And some people decide it's easier to be part of the problem than be part of the solution. The kind of people who only feel joy when they see others in pain. You can only do so much to make people see the light. At some point, you've just got to let them go. You know what I mean?
So, the MRC. You're the advisor? Yagami-san?
Yeah. If you need anything, you just let us know. Anything at all. For example, if you hit any more trouble with those basketball club kids, you find me.
Sure.
You've got this.
Oh, Mr. Detective. Yagami-san, right?
Yeah. Shouldn't you be at practice with everyone else?
Yeah, well, remember Matsune and Sakaki? You know, the two other guys I'm always hanging around? They're ready to talk to you about Mikoshiba-sensei now. That is, if you wouldn't mind starting fresh with all of us.
Oh. Turning over a new leaf, are we?
Will you at least hear us out? Matsune and the rest are just upstairs.
Over here, Yagami-san! Sorry to drag you all the way up here for this.
You wanted to talk to me? About Mikoshiba-sensei?
What? I can't hear a word you're saying, man. Why don't you come closer so we don't have to shout?
Yeah, let's get this over with. So many of you. You guys all know Mikoshiba-sensei?
Nah, that's not how our senpai friends roll. They know the Yokohama Ryumon.
Yokohama Ryumon? You mean the local gang?
Hell yeah. I've got a friend who's in deep with those guys. I know a guy who lends for the Seiryu clan Yakuza.
First it's gang, now it's the Yakuza. Keep bringing adult shit into this, I'm gonna start treating you like one.
Huh?
You wanna see what happens to gang members? I'll show you.
Let's take this asshole down! Fuck him up!
Ah, my eyes! Huh? Tastes good, senpai? Smoking a cigarette in the classroom?
Aren't you guys supposed to be smoking in the boys' room? Like that old school song? Smoking in the boys' room. Go take a nap.
Then from here on out, we're buds, right?
Ow! Ah, my shoulder! Holy shit, that hurts, Yagami-san!
tell me everything you know about Mikoshiba. After all, you guys were pretty close, right? Listen up. Mikoshiba's parents have reported him missing. Foul play could be in the works here. He's been gone for far too long.
Hey, you think maybe Koda did it? Some kind of crime of passion?
This isn't the time for bullshit. Or you want to keep going?
Nope. I'll pass.
Have you talked to Sawa-sensei yet? He probably knows Mikoshiba-sensei better than anyone.
All she told me was how exemplary he was, both as a student and a student teacher. And that he looked out for you guys, out of some sort of camaraderie.
Huh? She really talked him up that good?
Why, something off about that?
It's just... Sawa-sensei was really cold to him, no matter what he'd do. I actually brought that up to him one day. And it turns out the rumors were right.
Rumors?
Back when Mikoshiba-sensei was a student, one of his classmates apparently committed suicide. And Sawa-sensei suspected him of bullying the kid. I don't think he ever really got past that. He'd get all depressed sometimes.
Really? Sawa-sensei thought Mikoshiba was a bully?
Oh yeah. I actually asked him about it once, but he just laughed it off.
Those men are with the Kanagawa police. They said they're here to make inquiries about Mikoshiba-kun's disappearance.
And they asked to see Sawa-sensei too?
Yes. But I have to ask, Mikoshiba-kun is no longer with us, is he? And it's just as I feared.